All right, guys, what's going on? Travis Stevenson here, and in this video, which is day one of our 10-day sort of 10-minute tip, if you will, something that you can do for 10 minutes every single day. I'm going to be going through it in these videos, hopefully giving you a good understanding of the steps that you should take, because I believe that after 10 consecutive days of this, you'll have pretty much everything that you would need, regardless of where you're starting at right now, to start using Chatmatic and generating more revenue, definitely building a list. So let's make these in short and digestible chunks, and just make sure that you watch each one of these every day. They will be available to you in the members area on demand, so if you want to watch them faster, feel free. Now, day one is all about building a short intro sequence. I think one of the problems that we notice with a lot of our users is when they jump in, they have this feeling of overwhelm of, I don't want to do too much too fast. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to take my time and try to sort of figure it out. And as you can see, I'm actually logging in. Let's go ahead and log in here. So, overthinking the process right away is one of the bigger problems. So that's why I wanted to make this kind of video a little bit more simple. So right away when you log in, you'll add your new fan page. You'll just click add new page, connect it, and then whatever fan page you want to run your ads from or promote people to, that's the page that you'll choose. So in this case, it might be my Travis Scott Stevenson page, which is my main personal marketing page. The very first thing that you should be doing is not worrying about every little detail and every potential thing that you can do inside of Chatmatic. What I want to get you doing is building a list, because by day 4 or 5, you really should be getting subscribers into your autoresponder, be able to get that follow-up sequence going, because let's face it, 90% of the money that you're going to make in your online business is going to come from the follow-up. So I want to get you those leads and then allow you to do that follow-up. So the first thing you're really going to do is you're going to go into workflows. Now, again, you could absolutely use one of our pre-built templates to kind of get started, but my idea for you is let's get something very short and simple going. So we're going to just start from scratch. Now, in order to know where to start, you really have to understand your own offer, and this is where things really go sideways for a lot of people. They're like, oh, Travis, I don't know what to do. Well, if you know your offer, if you know your audience, and you know what you want to sell them, that becomes very, very simple. And so the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start by generating leads, right? So I might call this lead gen main. That's just naming the workflow. And then from within here, as long as I know my offer, I can start promoting it. So let's say, for instance, that I was going to be promoting one of my own offers. So we're actually going to choose this page, which by now, if you're seeing these videos, you probably have seen, which is a video that says, use these 5 automations to generate more leads and sales consistently, which walks them through Chatmatic. And so I want to promote this, and I want to use Messenger to promote this. So what I do is I have to understand the benefit that the customer will receive, right? So what's great is I'm going to be using Messenger in this little quick sequence to act as my squeeze page or my page to get some information out of them, which I'm going to be focusing on their email address. So for the point of this video, we're going to create a really short sequence inside of the next about 6.5 minutes. And then tomorrow we'll be enhancing that with follow-up sequences. And the reason we're doing it in 2 different sections is because I want everybody to focus on getting the sequence out, getting it started, saving, and then coming back and adding to it later. It's always easy to do that. And again, the point of this is to be done in 10, 15 minutes a day. So now we know we're going to be promoting this page. And basically this page introduces them to Chatmatic. So now we go back here and we go with the benefits. So at this point, this very first message is going to be what we call a JSON message, which the one thing I really want you guys to focus on is when your first message, let's say I'm running an ad, now I know when they see my ad, they're going to click on it, and it's going to load this very first message that I'm about to create. There is one rule that you really have to maintain when doing a JSON kind of systematic ad. And what that is you can only have one item. And what I mean by the one item is I can't have text and image, right? Or I'm sorry, with JSON, I can have text and image. I can't pre-populate their name, or so for instance, we have these things called merge fields, which you can see I can pull their first name in. In a JSON, they're not a subscriber in this first message, so I can't use their first name. There's a way around it, but for now, we're going to just ignore it. But I can have images, and I can have multiple steps in the process, but for now, I'm just going to start with these two. And we're basically going to write copy in this first sequence that says, hey, essentially we know we're going to be promoting that Chatmatic funnel that I was just showing you. So we're going to say, the number one asset to any and all online businesses is having a list. This is the only way you can ensure you don't have to pay for traffic forever, meaning you have a better chance of profiting. My short training will expose exactly how you can build your list quickly. My short training will expose exactly how you can build your list quickly. Click Show Me to get access. Now, I will have to change this because this is another rule. You're only allowed 300 characters, and I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I'm at 309 characters in this first message. So I need to shorten that just a bit. So the number one asset to any and all online businesses is having a list. This is the only way you can ensure you don't have to pay for traffic forever, meaning you have the best chance of profiting. So I'm going to get rid of that. This is the only way you can ensure you don't have to pay for traffic forever. My short training will expose exactly how you can build your list quickly. Click Show Me to get access. Now I'm down to 261, and I think that works. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put a little emoji in here, and you can see we have an emoji library. I love using emojis in my sequences because it does make them a little bit more visual, which is going to be pretty key. So now I might put in an image, and let's say we do money. And basically, I'm just going through, looking at what might be a cool image I could use. All right, so because my message didn't say anything like printing money or making it easy, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to get away from the money side, and let's go with marketing. Because I think what I'll be able to do is kind of use a picture that kind of showcases the idea of training and things of that nature. That's kind of a cool picture. So we're going to hit Show Me. Now, this is, as you can see, this is your first sequence. I'm actually giving them what's called a quick reply. Quick replies are just assumed responses, right? I told them up here to click Quick Show Me to get access. This is basically just acting like a response from the user. It's the same thing as if they typed Show Me, basically, but I'm guiding them through so that I'm not asking them to do anything. So now we're going to be like, we're going to have an image up here, and we're going to use a GIF, and we're going to do awesome. And we'll put that one, and we're going to say, you're awesome. Now, one thing that I would really suggest is in this first like response, have a little typing delay. Big tip for you is anytime you have a GIF or an image, it's going to take a few seconds to load. So put a typing delay before that so that you can actually get this to load and it'll look normal. So I'm going to say, you're awesome. This training is just about an hour long and walks you through our 5 best campaigns for building your list and monetizing it with Chatmatic. You'll see actual campaigns and real breakdowns as to why they work. These campaigns work for, work whether you have an existing business or you want to start an agency offering this as a service. All you have to do now is confirm your email address for me below, and I'll get you the link to the entire training. Now, again, I might come back in the future and kind of rework some of this language. I'm obviously going through it pretty quickly to get through this sort of video, but you get the gist. So now what I've done is I've gotten them to subscribe. Them clicking show me actually subscribes them to Messenger. They're now a Messenger subscriber at this step. And so now what I can actually do is, again, I'm going to use some emojis. I'm going to kind of just go through and like look for any opportunity that I could place one in. And so you can see here, it kind of looks cooler as you go through and place some of these emojis. You're awesome. Maybe you give them a nice thumbs up. This training is just about an hour long and walks you through our 5 best campaigns for building your list and monetizing it with Chatmatic. Cool. So now I want to collect their email address, and this is a pretty vital step. So I'm going to add a quick reply. So again, I asked them for their email address. So a quick reply is an assumed response. What's great is we can actually tell Facebook, hey, this assumed response should be an email. So just pre-populate their email. And we do that by clicking add quick reply. And then up here in the action step, I can click that and click email. And what's going to happen is Facebook's going to pre-populate the Facebook email address that they use. Now, I don't have to save this to a field because automatically we save email addresses to a field called email, and we save SMS numbers to a field called mobile or phone number. So you have that right away. So now I'm just going to go ahead and hit edit next message. And you can see here I've got this workflow starting to come together. What's really cool is we're going to be talking a little bit more in the next video about how to enhance this short sequence with adding follow-ups. But now we can say, okay, great, you're in, right? Because at this point, they just opted in. So we're going to put a little 2-second delay. We'll have another GIF here that shows like party maybe. There we go. It's time to party. And now down here, we're going to say, perfect, you're in. I'll grab a link below for you to go directly over to our training. Just click play and pay very close attention. Okay. So now I can add a card. So I'm going to add a little delay because I said I'm going to grab a link. So it actually looks like you're grabbing a link here. And then I'll add a card. And let's search. I actually have some photos in here that should be of me. Let me just see. The royalty-free pictures that we actually got ranked for Tampa somehow. I don't know exactly how far down I have to go, but there are some pictures of us from our office. There we go, right there. That's one. So I'm going to say 5 proven campaigns to build high profit lists. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I'm going to say all of these campaigns are clonable within just seconds. Watch here. And so now what I can do is I can actually link them over to the page, which you guys can see right here. I would link them over to the page that I'm looking to promote. So again, this just sends them right over to that page. And then I can also add a button. So if they click on this URL right here will send them over. Now, if they click on the button, I can have it say, let's go with watch the training URL. Bang. So now I've got right here the beginning of, this is kind of a perfect sequence to start with. And again, I did this while describing it, but this is where I would start. I would look to get your campaign to this level, because at this point, technically we could promote it. Now, in the next few days, we're going to talk about how do I get that email. Once I've collected it in Chatmatic, how do I get that email to my autoresponder? And we're also going to talk about, okay, Travis, well, what if they get to this step, but they don't click their email? Can I do some follow-ups? And what if, you know, after they watch the training, I want to continue to promote to them and you know, go from there. So we're going to talk more about follow-ups here in the next few days, but this is as simple and crazy as it looks. This is where everybody should start, is a very simple, hey, here's a reason to opt in. Okay, great. Now give me your email to get the official link. Okay, here you go. Here's your link over to that training that I wanted to show you. And I think that's a really, really important starting step. So get something like this going for your business today. And in the next video, we're going to talk about enhancing this short sequence with follow-up messages.